Welcome back. I'm Christy, and this is Essentially Empowering. And today we are going to talk about some natural tools for the first trimester of pregnancy. These are some tools that I've used with my surrogate, and so I've had some firsthand experience. Of course, there are other challenges or things that you might deal with in the first trimester that I'm not specifically addressing. Feel free to make a comment below. We can address those one-on-one, or we can make another video part 2 if there's other things that you feel like I haven't covered here. Obviously, the number one issue that ladies we run into in our morning sickness is morning sickness and nausea in the first trimester. And my surrogate struggled with nausea really bad. I mean, we still struggled with it into the second trimester, but we had a lot of tools to kind of work on it in a little toolkit that we had. So one of the most common and I think most successful for nausea, morning sickness is peppermint. If it's too strong for you up in your face, some people don't like to inhale or have it on their nose or their face. It's too strong, especially when your senses are getting heightened in pregnancy. And so you can put it a drop in your belly button. You can even put it on your feet, like bottoms of your feet, have the most pores per square inch and the largest pores on your body. Almost acts like a candle wick. Oils that you put on there just absorb right up into your body and get into your bloodstream and where they need to go. But you can put it on the bottoms of your feet, cover it with socks, and then that smell may not be bothering you. So that's a great solution there. So we used peppermint, we used ginger. We have the ginger oil, but then we also have ginger drops, like little cough drops, lozenges that are fantastic, are fairly strong. But if you like that taste and that oil is supportive and kind of filling the need for that morning sickness for you, that could be a really good solution. Also, I learned cardamom. It's not one that I immediately thought like, oh yeah, that one's great for nausea, digestive things, but cardamom actually works and it goes into the brain and fills the nausea receptor, that's not the official word for it, in your brain, and kind of shuts off that nauseous feeling in your brain. And so that I thought that was a pretty cool one, and it's pretty successful, not just with my surrogate, but with some other people that I was like, will you try this out? Will you see if this helps your morning sickness and your nausea? And it was really, really successful. And so those are some really great tools that you can use to combat morning sickness. Apart from oils, I also learned other really great tools. Eating protein before bed can be really helpful, having good consistent protein throughout the day. And I knew that as a functional nutritionist, but just a good reminder, mamas, that protein is actually one thing that will kind of keep you stable and avoid some of the severe nausea that might be going on. Right after morning sickness, I think one thing that a lot of mamas struggle with in first trimester is energy, just fatigue. And so if you pair a mint, like that peppermint, with a citrus oil, my favorite being wild orange, and you do that combo, I love putting a drop or two of each in my hand, rubbing them together, and you can create almost like a little inhaler with your hands. And breathe that in a couple times really deep, rub it on the back of your neck, forehead, temples, things like that, chest. It's very invigorating, very awakening. And so that can be a good thing to get you through the mid-afternoon slump, or just first thing in the morning to help get you going when you're really tired, things like that. Speaking of sleep, some people are kind of on the opposite, where they're tired, but they're restless, they can't fall asleep, or they're not getting good quality sleep. So then there's some oils that we can use to kind of support good quality sleep. So lavender is a really great one. We have a blend called Serenity. You can put that on the bottoms of your feet. You can diffuse that before bed. We also have some soft gels, Serenity, and then our Copaiba actually is very calming or adaptive. Those are all soft gels that you can take prior to bed to kind of help your body calm down and get better, deeper, more restful sleep. And so we use that as well with my surrogate to make sure she had good sleep, because she had a little bit of restlessness, waking up in the middle of the night, things like that. Other issues in the first trimester include a lot of digestive issues, constipation or the other direction, or just kind of heartburn, upset stomach, things like that. So a really good all over solution for kind of all ends of that spectrum is our blend called Digest Zen. I love that one. peppermint, fennel, caraway seed, all of that all into one great blend. Smells a little bit like licorice, but I love that one. Great for in your belly button, under your tongue, in water, things like that can be just very calming, kind of bring you back. If you're on the constipated side, kind of bring you back to a good middle ground. And same with on the other end with diarrhea or things like that, heartburn, things like that as well. So it's a really great all over digestive solution that can be very helpful, very supportive in the first trimester. So those are just a couple of the tools that we used in the first trimester that can be really supportive. Again, this is all on top of that foundation that we laid for my last video, that fertility foundation of the lifelong vitality vitamins, because you're starting to feed another little human, divert some energy, some resources that direction. So you need to make sure that you have really good vitamins, minerals, everything you need there nutritionally, that Terrazyme with the digestive enzymes, the probiotic, all of that supports really good digestive function. Again, back to some of those issues. Sometimes that's why mamas in the first trimester run into digestive issues, is because it's kind of pulling a little bit away, pulling them out of balance, for their own body system. And so you just need a little bit extra support there. So if you didn't have things before then, but now you do, that Terrazyme probiotic, the PB Assist, those are really great tools. So if you have more questions, please put that below. I would love to share more resources, dive in depth with some other things that might come up in the first trimester. But tune in next time for our second trimester toolkit and see how that could support you in your pregnancy and in your journey towards motherhood. Have a great day.